దేశంలో పెట్రోల్ ధరల పీడ శాశ్వతంగా విరగడ కావాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? ప్రత్యామ్నాయంగా కనిపిస్తున్న విద్యుత్ వాహన రంగం టాప్ గేర్లో దూసుకొని పోవడానికి ఎలాంటి ప్రణాళికలు అవసరం? రేపటి భారతం అవసరాలు తీర్చే సాంకేతికతల విషయంలో భారత పరిశోధనలు ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయి? వీటి గురించి ఎప్పుడైనా ఆలోచించారా? ఇప్పుడిక వాటి గురించి ఎక్కువ కాలం వేచి చూడాల్సిన పనిలేదు. మరో దశాబ్దంలో దేశం ఇంధన పారిశ్రామిక రంగం రూపురేఖలే పూర్తిగా మారిపోనున్నాయి. పెట్రోల్ ఉత్పత్తుల స్థానంలో ఇథనాల్, మిథనాల్ ఆధారిత ఆర్థిక వ్యవస్థలు రూపుదిద్దుకోబోతున్నాయి. ప్రజా రవాణాకు సంబంధించి హైపర్లూప్ వంటి మెరుపు వేగంతో నడిచే వ్యవస్థలు అందుబాటులోకి రానున్నాయి. ఈనాడు ఈటీవీకి ఇచ్చిన ప్రత్యేక ఇంటర్వ్యూలో రక్షణ రంగానికి చెందిన ప్రముఖ శాస్త్రవేత్త, నీతి ఆయోగ్ సభ్యుడు వికే సారస్వత్ చెబుతున్న విశేషాలివి.
దేశంలో శాస్త్ర సాంకేతిక అంశాల్లో ఏ విధమైనటువంటి ఆధునికమైనటువంటి మార్పులు తీసుకొస్తున్నారు అనే విషయాలపై నీతి ఆయోగ్ సభ్యులు, డిఆర్డీఓ మాజీ చైర్మన్ వికే సారస్వత్ మనతో ఉన్నారు. ఆయన అడిగి మరిన్ని వివరాలు తెలుసుకుందాం. సార్ నమస్తే అండి. వాట్ ఆర్ యువర్ ఫోకస్ ఏరియా ఇన్ నీతి ఆయోగ్ అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రెజెంట్ సిచ్యువేషన్ అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫోకస్ ఇష్యూస్ అండ్ రోడ్ మ్యాప్స్?
See, all of you are aware that Niti Aayog is a think tank of Government of India, basically to work on various aspects of development economics. So vast number of areas Niti Aayog deals with. Personally, I am looking at 3 or 4 areas. I am looking after science and technology because that is my main role. How the S&T is being carried out in the country, the new policies of science and technology, new areas where science and technology has to make impact. And Industry 4.0 will depend upon major progress which we have to make in 3 areas. One is telecommunication, another one is artificial intelligence, third one is data handling, data mining, and fourth one is automation, robotics and things like that. So all of these things are becoming very important today, and their economic impact is also to be assessed. There are many various thoughts in this area today that when we introduce Industry 4.0, when we bring in automation, there is going to be tremendous impact on the employment. A large number of people are likely to lose jobs because the jobs will be carried out by machines. But Niti Aayog carries out a lot of analysis on that aspect. So we identify that it's not that people will lose jobs. Only what we have to do it, we have to reskill our people to work on different kind of equipment, different kind of machines, and as a result they will be not subjected to treachery of doing heavy manual labor as we have been doing in the past, but they will be doing more mental activity, more creative activity, and so on. So the kind of a myth which goes on that automation and artificial intelligence will create unemployment, it is not a very correct statement. It is basically going to be realigning ourselves towards the new technologies and new ways of working. And for that, already Government of India has made tremendous amount of effort for carrying out skill development activities and things like that. So Niti Aayog again does this skill development agenda identification.
As an alternative energy, you are submitted so many plans and ideas to the government. What is the present alternative energy plans and how government are so focused on those things?
We have done a major task now in terms of identifying how the renewable energy will act as a transition in the energy transition strategy of the country. And you know that our Honorable Prime Minister just attended the COP26 and he has made a statement that by 2070 we will be net zero carbon, 2070. And by 2030 we will have about 500 gigawatts of renewable energy. That is the kind of commitments we have made to the International Committee. And Honorable Prime Minister, as part of this renewable energy and the energy transition strategy, has already announced that on 15th August, you must have heard that we have launched green hydrogen mission. National hydrogen mission has been announced. The whole idea is that by about 2040-50, all these fossil fuels which are being used today will become, I won't say zero, but their utilization will come down much lower. And hydrogen will emerge as a major energy carrier. In this hydrogen mission, we should decarbonize our grid. That means grid should not be having any electricity which comes from the and produces carbon. So a major program like carbon capture, utilization and storage is going to be launched for this purpose. In parallel, when we are switching over to the complete hydrogen economy, the existing power plants where the thermal, the fossil fuel, the coal and all are continuing to be used, they tend to reduce their emissions by using the CCU technology. So hence we want to take an international view on that, what kind of investment could be needed, what kind of new technologies have to be incorporated in the as a package in the new thermal power plants and as an add-on to the existing thermal power plants, cement industry, steel industry, fertilizer industry and refinery industry, which are the major producer of greenhouse gas emissions. Besides, of course, automobiles, you know what we are doing. So e-mobility was another area on which Niti Aayog made a major contribution by saying that we should move to the e-mobility. The program you might have heard of FAME 1 and FAME 2, that is the accelerated mode of electrification, and now we are into the FAME 2 mode, in which the major focus is on besides the e-vehicles, also use of alternate fuels. And in the alternate fuels, you know that Government of India has announced a major strategy for use of bioethanol. The last 20 years we have been working on ethanol as an additive into the petrol, and we have done 5%, 7%, and now at the moment we are at 10%. And now we have announced that by 2030 we should go to 20% mixture of ethanol and petrol. And in parallel, Niti Aayog has started a major program on methanol economy. That is, methanol as an alternate fuel. So methanol can be blended with petrol, 5% to 10% to 15%, and then it can also be used like we are using blended ethanol. So this is a major program, and in the methanol economy program, which I am personally looking at, we have now done many things we have done. In the January month this year, we are going to roll out the first blended M15 program in the northeast part of the country, and for which the methanol will be supplied by Assam Petrochemical, which is the refinery producing methanol already. Almost 600 tons per day of methanol they produce. Similarly, we have already done in our Hyderabad BHEL R&D. They have done a conversion of coal to methanol, a high ash content coal to methanol. A new pilot plant they have done. Yeah. Even in IICT we have done a similar exercise. There is another private company and IIT Delhi. They are also working on producing methanol from coal and high ash content coal. So on the energy transition, hydrogen economy, methanol economy, biomass, and a mix of that, and how this mix should be done. There is a major program on natural gas which has been started by the Government of India, and natural gas, that means the complete grid for supply of natural gas also is being enlarged. The LNG terminals are going to be increased in numbers at various ports and sizes, and we are planning to get, because India doesn't have much of the gas stock, you are aware of that. But the international price of gas has come down, so we are depending upon import at the moment. So instead of importing crude oil, it is better to import gas. And gas is less polluting compared to the crude oil. If you use CNG vehicle, you know, it is much less polluting than the diesel vehicle. So that is a major advantage. And similarly, gas can be distributed through pipelines and so on. So cost reduction is also there. So as an energy mix, Niti Aayog did a lot of studies, and based upon that it has been done. Next year you will see that methanol production from coal is being tried out now in large quantity by Coal India Limited. And the tender is going to be opened shortly. So they are going to start setting up a plant. It will take about 3 years to set up a plant for about 3,000 tons per day. A plant will be set up in India. Like that, they are trying to set up 4 plants in about 5 to 7 years' time. This will be the major methanol internal production. As far as the introduction is concerned, our first effort is in northeastern India, because methanol is available from Assam Petrochemical. Then if the gas prices come down, then We have enough methanol available in the western part of I'm talking of indigenous methanol available in the western part also. So we are planning to launch M15 program in the western region, that is Pune, Baroda and Bombay. So this is our program. In addition to that, we are also going to do what is called DME. The DME can be blended with LPG. You know, LPG prices are going up. Now, commercial LPG is very costly now, and LPG import is very costly. So LPG is imported in India. We don't produce much of LPG. So 20% LPG, if it can be blended with the DME, the cost will come down. DME is another derivative of methanol. Methanol, if you make, you dehydrate it, then it becomes DME technically. So methanol, DME, they are together. Our installed capacity of the renewable energy is only about 40 gigawatts. So we have to reach 100 gigawatts is what now we have complete renewable already installed. So we have to go to 175 gigawatts. That is our target. But our total energy requirement is almost 370 to 380 gigawatts. So you can understand that. And as the country is developing today, the energy requirement is increasing only, because energy consumption is a direct indicator of our development status. Per capita consumption of energy in India is only about 1200 kilowatt hours per person per year, whereas in America, in Japan, and other places it is more than 5,000, 6,000 kilowatt hours per person per year. So that means the difference. So for this purpose, it is important that we have to continue with our thermal power plants, but the measure by which we can improve reduce the pollution coming from these thermal power plants is by employing the technology of carbon capture, utilization and storage.